Hello and welcome back to our playthrough of Darksiders 2. Let me get another bottle of water here. So the goal at this point is we have... Oops, sorry, I gotta go to here. Oh, there we go. I've got 2 quests to turn in. I'm not gonna do these. If they happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't. And we've got a DLC to do. So we've done this. And then we're going to do the DLC, and then we're going to do Stains of Heresy. Before I do, we're going to build a few weapons. The first thing we're going to do, again, I did some research. So we did some research. There's a bunch of different weapon types and stats and that sort of thing. So the big thing to remember is if an item has no stat, this one, yeah, so this item has no stat. So if we take this level 21 scythe and feed this 18 to the 21, and it has no stats, then what happens is when it levels up, you get your choice of 2 randomly generated stats. This isn't any item, right? The max amount of stats any single item can have is 4. Okay? And what I've decided on is that for my primary weapon, I want, in order, ideally, health steal, if we're finding that useful, ice, crit chance, and then strength. Okay? The reason why that order, ideally, is health steal, always useful. You can also do wrath steal. I guess a lot of people do health steal and wrath steal on their primary weapon. Also useful, but then you won't get any use out of your secondary weapon, and it won't really let you stack your stats even higher. So I go to my stats. You'll notice the damage per second, crit chance, and the crit damage are separate for each primary and secondary weapon. So that means, oops, wrong button. What that means is, if my secondary weapon has a 15 crit chance and plus 20 crit damage, that is going to go just for my secondary weapon. If I go to character stats, strength, both weapons build up on strength. Both weapons build up on arcane, both weapons build up resistance, defense, primary weapon. In addition, both weapons build up your arcane crit chance and arcane critical damage. What does that mean? You want to go an OP build. You do arcane crit chance, arcane critical damage for both weapons. Now you just stack it to the roof, no ghouls, no crows, and you just have a ball and do obscene amounts. Or try to. Anyways, I did not go this particular playthrough. So yeah, we'll deal with that. I could always try to switch to that, but I don't want to. Again, if I want to take the time to farm up whatever weapons you want, you just got to be willing to grind. Apparently, the Crucible is a good place to grind. We're not doing that. We're just going to do a quick little... Alright, so the reason why health steal for primary weapons. We're going to take... This is 150 to 170. Alright, so we're going to take this one. Equip. I'm going to upgrade it with... Where is it? This has health steal. Sacrifice this to this. Accept, and we're going to take the health steal. That is fine. Perfect. Now it has health steal. Now, nothing we have has ice damage. There are 3 types of elemental damage. Fire, frost, and electric. Right? Fire is just DOT. Frost slows. And electric has a chance to is another DOT, I believe. The upgrades to those are Inferno, which is fire damage dot damage over time, but it has a chance to spread to other targets. Ice, which not only has a chance to slow, but freeze a target completely. And lightning, which has a chance to Not only does it do damage over time, but it also has a chance to stun the target. Now the issue is there are bad guys are resistant. Oh, and there's piercing, which ignores armor. However, like if something has 0 armor, piercing won't reduce it below 0. So there's a minimum amount of armor you cannot reduce things below. So that's why I got rid of the piercing. There are enemies that are resistant to both fire, inferno, electric, and excuse me, lightning, and are immune to the dots and the brain fart shock. There are also enemies immune to the, and they take reduced damage from the fire portion and the electric damage and that sort of. However, there are no the freeze won't work against certain enemies, are fine, but there are no enemies resistant to ice or frost damage. That's why we're doing ice or next. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and I believe I'm going to save real quick. So we're going to go back, and we're going to feed this weapon with no stats to our level 21. We're just going to... it's an 18. Really? Huh. We're going to feed this to this. This as well. Okay. Ah, interesting. So plain possessed weapons do. The reason why I'm not doing anything else, well, the strength would be nice. But I want that near the end. Do I have anything with... we're looking for ice. So let's look for ice first. Got frost, which is not the same as ice. Lightning. Okay. Alright, so we don't have anything with ice. So what you do is you feed this blank talisman, your whatever weapon you're crafting, that, right? We don't want any of those. So if we just switch, go back, do the same thing again, it should change out what we get. Yeah, so now we've got Arcane and Wrathsteel as opposed to Arcane Crit Chance. And you just keep doing that until you get the stats you want. Nope. Well, this may take a while. Not equip. Upgrade. Piercing damage isn't bad, but again, I would rather have the ice. Because again, enemies have minimum amounts of armor, and you can't go below that. So if an enemy's going to have, minimum amount of armor it can have is 50, and you do, it starts at 65, it just, yeah, so we're gonna get that. Health per hit isn't bad, but I like increasing the damage a bit. Again, down. Nope. We're just gonna keep going, so this could take a while. Shock damage, that was close. No matter what, the health steal goes. So that's what you do to farm up weapons, by the way. Like, you pick one stat, like health steal, and you just keep upgrading over a number of possessed weapons so it gets to like 25 or 30%. And then that becomes your main weapon. And you can only really do that with one item, unless you have multiple possessed weapons, right? Because then okay, so I upgrade this one possessed weapon with health steal 30, and then I take a possessed weapon with ice attack 100. Throw that on to the possessed one, you know what I mean? And you just keep farming that way. We're not gonna take the time to do that. Just gonna throw together a rough one. Health regen, there's frost, but we want ice. And we just keep doing this, like I said, till we get that we want. It is a long shot. For a lot of stats and randomly rolled time. So, if you want to skip ahead, you're welcome to. I understand. We'll probably go ahead. Try hit a skip ahead point in there. Reaper regen. Ah, that's cool. But I really don't use my Reaper form much, so actually hadn't seen that. Ah, resistance 120 isn't bad, and that would be good on our secondary. Grade. What you're still. Execution chance is a good one, but again, doesn't work on bosses. So little guys, fine. Nope. Health regen is a good. Again, if you want defensive. Like I said, I wish you could do it with armors too, like possessed armors. Because, you know, my ideal armor would have strength, defense, resistance, and health regen. And maybe wrath regen as well, if that was an option. I don't think it is, though. No, but I would just stack the health regen. The strength, defense, and the resistance. Like I said, I usually view armors as pure defensive stats. And weapons as many offensive stats as possible. Wrath Steel, 15%. That is good. Wow. And we're looking for ice. Damage 44. But you also notice, like, the arcane crit chance on weapons is like 20-18%, whereas armors, it can go as high as 40-50%. So different items have different stack chances, if that makes sense. So, like, you're more likely to get a lot of health steal and wrath steal on your main weapon than your secondary weapon. You don't need a lot. That's the thing. Like, resistance 120, strength 33 is a good one. Again, we're looking for ice for now. Eventually we'll want strength and crit. But I'm pretty sure we can get that from other items. Oh, nothing yet. Gotten close. Health is not a good one. I mean, yes, it's nice to have more health, but regen and steel is way better. And that wrath steel. And a part of it is the level of the weapon. Ah, see, Inferno damage 40. Again, a lot of creatures are resistant to fire damage or immune. once you get to the higher levels, apparently, on ice, nothing has resistance or immunities. That is why I'm looking for ice. Speaking of, there's our ice damage. So I'll go ahead and pop that on there. Right, and now we're looking for crit chance to be able to get from a few different damage, or maybe not. Horses. Still. So because I have ice damage, no matter what, I cannot roll frost damage. Crit chance. But I don't want to feed it Vander Smash. Damage. Crit chance 17. Alright. So if I give it this purple one. Then this one, I have a chance at crit chance, crit damage, or arcade. Let's see what I get. Crit chance. That. Right, and now we will upgrade this with strength. Find it. There's 33. There's 41. 9. 41, 22. So I am going to give it. No, I don't want to give it that. It's 27. Yeah, I don't want. So we'll feed it that. Alright, now we need something, so that's 41 strength. That's 30. I'm gonna keep that resistance around. It's just worth so little. Alright, that's 27. Fine. I feed it this. We should get 41 strength. 30, so there is an average. Alright, fair enough. Give it strength. Done. Now doing 2,000 damage, and there's still another level. So I can upgrade this again with this. And then that's it. That's everything we can put on it, and we will increase. Ooh, I think 18% health steal is fine. Let's do the ice damage. Boom, done. Now for the secondary weapon. Hammer, 21. What are we using? 20. A 1 point difference isn't that bad. So on this one, we want Wrath Steed. We already have at 14%. Upgrade. And we're going to go ahead and feed it all the other possessed weapons. Clear out some space. And then Frost Input. We want ice. As Wrath Steed, we want ice. So there are two ways to get ice. I think the best way to do it is, again, we're going to go ahead and buy.
I have new items. If
a legacy artifact.
The pleasure.
I think we might need two. So I'll go ahead and buy two of those. That's the only thing those are for, by the way, is to level up possessed weapons. This. Equip. We're going to do the same thing. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Upgrade. Down. Sacrifice. Another one. That. Nope. And we just do the same thing until we get ice. Hopping back and forth. Sacrificing what you want. Strength is good, and we will want that eventually. Nope. So many buttons to press. I'm gonna take out each and every step. Nope. And we're looking for, because ice will stack. Yeah, it doesn't say that. But if I've got ice 40, like on my main weapon, and then ice 40 on my secondary weapon, that means I do a total of 80 ice damage. As far as I am aware. So that's why we're taking the time. I could be wrong, in which case it's still just nice to have. Inferno damage. I would count that as close. Oh. And I don't think I don't think the steals stack. The health steal and the arcane steal. Well, they might. Which would be insane. Not surprising. I'd rather stack the ice again at normal level. The amount of health steal we have is probably close to overkill. If you play this on the absolute hardest difficulty, yeah, go ahead and stack. If you want to skip this episode, I completely understand it. It will only be building these weapons. Oh. Ah, there we go. Ice damage. Right, and now we're going to upgrade it with strength. There's a 41 strength. 29 and a 30. If we feed it, oh, I want that reason. If we feed it this, this, and this, grab the strength. Boom. That's that. Now we want the resistance. That's going to be a tough one to get to without feeding it someone. I'm probably never going to use Ranger Smash again. I'll go ahead and feed it that. And hammer. Damage. So all doesn't quite push it over. Oh, and I'm looking for resistance. We'll feed it the boots. And then where is it? It has 141 resistance. And 108. That's fine. There we go. I don't think we can. We can upgrade it one more time. Let's feed it a green item. And it's already got 4 stats. So it cannot get anything more. Apparently it can. The ice damage. Let's do the strength. Kaboom. And that gives us plenty of space to mess with and sell things. But what we're gonna do is, now this is close enough. I'm going to put a cut in here. We're gonna go save, and we're gonna do the other DLC.